Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am your host, Danny, and I am so happy you decided to meet me at the bar. A podcast where we dive into the world of Pure Barre with a personal touch. Join me and my guests each week as we share genuine experiences, opinions, and stories that make this workout so special. Just as a heads up, this podcast is all about fun and entertainment. We're not here to offer any professional advice, nor do we represent the corporate side of Pure Barre. Now, with that said, grab your headphones and get ready to lift, tone, and burn through some engaging conversations. No sticky socks required. In today's episode, I am joined by my friend Lauren, one of the first people I met when I joined my Pure Barre studio. She's been dedicated to Pure Barre for over 6 years now, and we talk about what keeps her coming back, the strength she's gained along the way, and how it's become more than just a workout. Let's just say it's almost like a cult. Lifestyle. So settle in, get ready to be inspired, and let's dive into the conversation with Lauren. Hi, Lauren. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So it's a Sunday afternoon, and I took a Pure Barre class this morning, and I still have the rush from class, so I'm excited to talk about Pure Barre today with you.
Amazing.
So do you want to introduce yourself to our listeners?
Sure. I'm Lauren. I've been going to Pure Barre for what feels like a million years. I tried to look it up this morning to see what year I started, and I actually couldn't quite pin it down, but somewhere between 7 and 8 years ago.
Wow.
Probably 8, closer to 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So you think it's like an obsession, like part of your personality?
At this point, my husband and I joke it's one of my many cults, but it's probably the biggest and first one.
I'm glad you call it a cult, because I joke it's a cult, but it's not, because we're not an actual cult. But it feels like the fun concept of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one thing that I like to ask everyone is, I'm sure that as Pure Barre came into your life and you talked about it with people, the one question you would get was, what is Pure Barre? So what do you tell people when they ask you what is Pure Barre?
I tell them that it's sort of a combination of Pilates and yoga and dance, but mostly what I describe it as is small isometric movements that really focus on strengthening and fatiguing your muscles, and that it's really low impact. So that's what I love about it, is because it still feels like the most challenging workout you can do, but it doesn't put a lot of impact or stress on your joints, which is such a huge deal.
Yeah, that is actually the number one reason I started Pure Barre, was because I was looking for a workout that felt like a workout, but that was low impact enough that I could do it every day.
Yes.
And then the rest kind of followed.
Yes.
When you say that to someone, they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And they're like, yeah. And then
no, they have no idea what I'm talking about 90% of the time. It sort of depends on who you're talking to also, because if you're talking to somebody who used to really love Pilates, they might understand a little more than somebody who's never done a workout like this before. And if it's somebody who's never done a workout like this before, sometimes I'll literally demonstrate what I'm talking about when I say small movements, because I feel like it's hard to picture.
Yeah.
And it's still even hard to explain why that's so difficult until you do it.
It's like a mind and body connection that the teachers have to give you a lot of imagery for you to like understand what it is that they want you to do with your body. In fact, yesterday we had a 30-minute kind of class, and it was all about technique of doing abdominal work. And a lot of it, the technique is not so much about how to move your muscles, but like picture how you would want them to move.
Yes.
And that's like the hardest part. That's what makes it hard.
Yeah, I really appreciate a lot of those kind of workshops and a lot of the language used in Pure Barre in general, because I feel like they're really particular and specific about what it should feel like. And I think a lot of workout classes, it's really easy to guess and go in and, okay, I'm moving, I think like this instructor is moving, and I'm doing what I think I'm supposed to be doing, but they're so specific. If you don't feel this feeling, you're not doing it right. And so it's really easy. Like, it's hard to establish that mind-body connection. It takes a lot of practice, but it's also, for me, it was really easy to like lock into what this workout is supposed to be.
Yeah. And now that I'm sitting here talking to you, I'm realizing that is such a good fit because you're a writer.
Aw.
And words are an intentional thing for you. Like, it's something that you've personally put a lot of thought behind them.
Yes.
And read them also in that way. So yeah, it is true that Pure Barre classes and instructors, they're very intentional with their words for a reason.
Yeah.
So going back to telling people, have you managed to bring a friend to class for them to try it out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I was the friend.
You were the
first.
friend.
Yeah. Erin brought me in, who you've had on this podcast also.
Yeah.
But she was one of my oldest friends, and we've worked out together. That was one of the things I think we bonded over, was like a love of exercise. And she was the first one to go and sort of said, you have to try this. You're going to love it.
Yeah.
And so she got me in the door, and then I feel like together we recruited as many people as possible.
You did recruit people?
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
So any of those friends, are any of them still at the studio?
Yes. I feel like our two, this is really sounding like a cult as I talk about it.
Right?
The two people I brought in, one of them stayed for a really long time and then they moved.
Mm-hmm.
And so they ended up going to a different Pure Barre in LA for a while. And the other one goes to class with us all the time.
Oh.
That's our friend Grace.
Yes.
So,
I do know Grace.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. And I still try to recruit people all the time. So, I mean, my husband came with me to my 1500th class because he really wanted to celebrate with me, and he was very proud. And he was so nervous because I had warned him, it's not easy. This is going to be hard. And he's not ever done a workout class in a group setting before.
Mm-hmm.
He was so nervous, and he made it halfway through. And I think partially that was because he didn't eat before, which I think was a massive mistake.
Yeah, you definitely should eat before Pure Barre or any exercise.
Any exercise, yeah. Partially it was that, and partially it's because it's a really hard workout. And if you've never done anything like it before, it's challenging.
Yeah. Do you find it for it to be challenging still after having taken it for 5+ years?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I still get sore all the time, especially, depending on, there are certain moves that I love to hate. And if we do those, I will be sore the next day,
What's one of them?
Oh my God. Side seat on all fours, where you're like on hands and knees.
Oh my gosh.
I hate it. It's my least favorite thing we do in class.
Oh, yeah. Now that you're bringing that up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We did that yesterday. My obliques are super sore.
I'm glad I didn't stay for
It was hard.
Well, is there a move you do like that when we do it, you're like, yeah, I like
Yeah, there's a lot of those. I think my favorite, I'm going to sound so lazy on this podcast, but my favorite is when we get to lay down for seat. when it's they bring out the mats and your forehead's on your hands.
Yeah.
I love that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Well, because I feel like I can really focus in on the muscle without having the rest of my body fatigue so quickly.
Yeah, like you're able to isolate it a little bit better.
Yeah. Like the side seat on all fours is almost more of an ab workout for me than a seat because it's so hard to just even stay in the position at the time.
Yeah, that is true. I prefer workouts on the floor as well. But yeah, when we're doing like anything that's like hip opening, I'm just like, I don't know about this.
It's so hard.
The one we did like a couple nights ago, it was kind of like that. Actually, it was nothing like that. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't even know how to describe it. We were laying sideways, and like one of our legs was bended, and then the other one had to come up.
Yes.
Like to the mirror.
I have heard this referred to online, not in a Pure Barre class, but I've heard this referred to online as Jane Fonda. And
I'm going to ask Kristen the next class. I'll be like, is this the Jane Fonda?
It's the Jane Fonda move, and it has made me hate Jane Fonda. Like, if I ever meet her, I'll be mad at her for creating anything like that because it's really hard.
Yeah, that's probably my least favorite move.
I also I mean, I love to hate it because afterwards, you get through it, you feel stronger, whatever, but it is so painful in the moment.
That's really cool that we can talk about this stuff and it's like you can hear it in our voices where we don't like it in the moment. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm sometimes like not cursing the teacher herself, but I'm just like, what the hell is happening right now?
Sometimes I curse the teacher. I'm sorry. There are times. If thighs starts on the floor, I'm probably cursing the teacher. For on our knees, that move, there's some swear words coming out.
I gotta say though, another reason why I love Pure Barre and like why I can talk about it forever and ever is I can connect it to a lot of things. But that particular moment in class when you're talking about when things are so hard, and not every class, but there are classes where like you somehow somewhere find the strength or the will. Like I don't know what happens, but it's like you kind of like you just know that you can make it.
Yeah.
And you do. And the feeling that I get after that, I feel like I'm like Superman or something. I don't know.
Yes.
It's crazy.
I feel the same way. There was this, I think they called it was a focus class, but it was 75 minutes.
Mhm.
It was a 75-minute workshop of all of the different formats of Pure Barre. And about halfway through that class, I thought I was dying. I was literally like, I don't know that I can finish. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in this studio in 8 years. This is so difficult. And by the time it was over, I was thinking, when can I do this again?
Yeah.
Like, how soon can I take this class again? Because I felt like I hit that point where I thought, oh my God, I don't know if I can do it. And then I pushed through and I felt like Superman and I just wanted to do it again as soon as possible.
Right? It's such an addicting feeling.
Yes.
Like, wouldn't you say that's one reason why you keep coming back? It's because of that feeling after class that you get?
Yes.
Yes. It's my favorite. Like, I used to joke that I can't stay away. Now it's not so much of a joke.
It's true. No, I also feel like, I don't know if we've talked about this before, but I have a connective tissue disorder.
I knew kind of something.
Right.
I did not know specific.
Yes. Yeah. So it's a lot of times I refer to it as a joint disorder because most of what it impacts is that I have a hard time keeping my joints in place.
Mm.
And it's really hard to work out because anything with impact it's very easy to knock something out of place.
Right.
And when I started Pure Barre 8 years ago, I grew up dancing and loved exercise as a stress release. And the older I got, the harder it got because, this is sort of degenerative and the more you get injured, the worse that joint is going to get. Pure Barre was the first workout I really found that felt like, oh, this is so hard. And it's so easy to modify to not aggravate any of my problem areas.
Yeah.
So I was getting a really intense workout without feeling like I was sacrificing either my joints or my workout. Like I could get both things and protect myself while getting stronger. And a lot of times I say that I feel like my body is held together by duct tape and Pure Barre. It has made me so much stronger over the last 8 years, which I get that Superman feeling, but I also get to see visible improvement in my joints and the way that I carry myself and what I'm capable of doing.
Yeah.
So it's been really meaningful for me too, on top of that.
That's amazing to hear. It makes me so happy because what you're describing is also the mental health benefits that come from Pure Barre.
Yes.
I do also say it's my therapy, and it's my therapy, no joke. And I'm so happy that you also feel that way and that it has helped you feel good about yourself and remind you what you're capable of. That's great to hear.
It's such a big part of it for me. And, there are bad days and good days, and I don't have to worry about going into that room and thinking, oh, I don't know if I can do this today. Because it's so easy to be like, I know how to change this move to accommodate for, say, if my shoulder's having a really bad day and still get a crazy good workout because, my thighs are still burning because there's a modification to make sure that's true.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing that also, because of what you're saying about you don't feel nervous or worried that you're not going to make it through.
Yeah.
I think another way Pure Barre gets you is they tell you, just come in. Just come in and basically no matter where you're at, we'll meet you there.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you're building the strength to do the full exercise. But I think the reason the classes work and the exercise work is because the studios are really good about building a safe space for people to come and feel like, nobody's looking at them. Nobody's judging them.
No.
We tell people all the time who are beginners, like, they're always worried that they're going to be judged. And it's like, nobody's looking. Like, nobody's looking because everybody's worried about themselves. And that was also a thing that helped a lot in terms of like getting myself through the door, because going to the gyms was intimidating to me because I'm just like, I don't know, there's people looking. Like, I feel somehow more judged. But in class, it's like nobody's looking.
No.
Nobody's judging.
And if anything, I always felt like one of the things that really brought me in, like I was already a workout enthusiast. I was already really looking for something like this. So it was built for me. Those doors I walked through, I found a workout that made me feel safe and like I could get stronger, and I was already going to be sold. But I feel like the thing that pushed me into addict, like cult recruiter, is the fact that the instructors and the community was so strong. Like a month into me going, one of the instructors came up to me and was like, oh my God, you look so much stronger in this position than you did a month ago. And I'm like seeing the change in you.
Yeah.
And I had been feeling it, but it was so nice to have that acknowledged. And it wasn't ever like you were weak before.
Yeah.
It was just the acknowledgement of growth, and the support that came from it made me feel amazing.
Yeah, Pure Barre is very holistic in that way. Like, maybe meets needs, but also like it just fills your cup in so many ways.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just the physical aspect of it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I gotta say, another motivational thing for me anyways is the teachers that you get. They make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Again, because it is such a community thing. You see these people, if you're someone like me, who goes like 6 or 7 days a week,
Mm-hmm.
I will see this person every day. Tell me who else you see in your life outside of the people you live with every day.
Yeah.
You don't even see your best friend every day.
Yeah.
And so there is this kind of like connection that's formed. The teacher gets excited for you, and you're grateful that they have an invested interest in you. And so I gotta say, we've had great teachers. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think that was just another extra layer of like why I loved going to the workouts is the teachers we've had have been phenomenal, and
Yeah.
you've lost more than I have.
Yeah, it's true.
But
There's turnover for sure.
yeah, and so like it's always sad when they move on to like different things. So yeah, I find the teachers also being like a motivational aspect.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned at the beginning you just kind of casually dropped it in. You're like, yeah, when my husband came to my 1500. Like,
I did casually drop my 1500. No, it was a very exciting moment.
how long did you say that take you?
Oh, 1500 took, probably about 7 years.
That's amazing. I love the milestone. I get so excited about them, not just for me, but for everyone. You know this.
Yeah,
I
do.
get excited for them.
I know.
And so it is nice when people are like, wow, it took you X amount of time. Like, that is an extra cherry on top, but I think there's never a set time for anybody to accomplish these milestones. Everybody does them on their own time. And so that's very exciting. 1500. Do you ever stop and you're like, wow, 1500 classes? Like, that's a lot.
It does. I do, for sure. And I started slow because, again, I was coming from a place of needing to get a lot stronger. And so in the beginning, I think I maxed at 3 times a week for a long time. And then I started gradually going 4 and 5, and then eventually closer to 6 or 7. And now it's backed off a little bit just for schedule reasons.
Mhm.
But for the most part, for the first probably year, it took me a year probably to go from 3 to 4 times a week. It took me probably 4 years to get a forearm plank. Like, I was only doing straight arm planks for a really long time.
Really?
Yeah, because my shoulder, that was a modification I needed to make for my shoulder. And eventually felt like, okay, it's strong enough. I can start trying this. But it took years.
That's amazing, though.
Yeah. No, there's like, for me, there's multiple kinds of milestones. And I'm very again, another thing my husband teases me about is being sticker motivated. Pure Barre is really good at getting me to participate in as many challenges as possible. And if there is a sticker that I can put on the wall, like that gets me excited. I would like my gold star, please. Thank you.
I mean, it is psychology.
It is, and it works.
Yeah.
Specifically, like on somebody like me, it's so rewarding. It's such a rewarding feeling. And so there's like the milestones of putting a sticker on or hitting a class number that I get really excited about, and it keeps me coming. But there's also the milestones of like, I did a thing I've never done before.
Yeah.
I accomplished a thing I've never done before, which is a sort of different kind of milestone that's very personal and it's just in my head. But
for sure. Like, the milestones mean different things to different people. To me, they have helped me build confidence. When I started doing it 3 years ago, the Fall Fit Challenge was just starting, which was the 30 classes in 60 days. And I tried doing it at the time, but I couldn't because I had just started. And like you, it took me a while to be able to build my body to the point where it could take going every day. I remember being disappointed, but then the following year, we were starting in 2022, my first full year, the Platinum Challenge, which is 15 classes per month.
Yep.
And 2022 was the year that because I was trying to reach that goal, a lot of other things kind of like snowballed into it, but it was a buildup of like the confidence of being able to like, yeah, I can go to class every day. Like, it's only 45 minutes. I have never regretted. This is true. Even on days that I'm having like the worst day, I have never regretted going to a Pure Barre class. I don't care what kind of day I'm having. If I'm having a great day, even better.
Yeah.
When I'm having the shittiest day, there is always a temptation of staying home and curl up in a ball and just, But I have found that I have never regretted going to a Pure Barre class.
Yeah.
Not to say that if you're hurting and you need to take a break.
Right.
Take a break.
I do think the challenges can make that hard. It's hard if you're trying to go a certain number and, oh no, I have travel coming up. I can't skip a day, but I don't feel up to it. I think that's the dangerous mentality that people like you and me who are very sticker motivated have to be careful about. And I've found myself, especially as I get older, trying really hard to be like, okay, I need to listen to my body today.
Yeah, I definitely learned to listen to my body because through my fitness journey, there's times where I should have stopped doing whatever it is that I was doing, and I didn't, and so it makes it worse. But yeah, well, before we go, I like to ask people, but I feel like I might know your answer. So Pure Barre has 4 class formats, but I already know beforehand that you don't take 2 of them.
That's true.
You did not take Empower and you did not take Define. So between Classic and Align, which one would come out on top?
That's tough. Mainly because when I started, Classic was the only format.
Yeah, it took forever to get other format.
It did. And I wanted to love Empower, and I think Empower is really great. It's just not great for me and my joints. Like, I don't have as much control with the impact of it all, so that's why I don't take that one. But when Align was introduced, I felt like, oh my God, this is what we've been needing. Like, it was the thing that I felt like Pure Barre was missing for a long time, which is just extra stretch work and all of that I think is so valuable. But I think probably just for the fact that it's where I started and it's all that there used to be. Like, nothing feels like Pure Barre more than Classic to me. So I think that probably comes out on top. But I do love Align.
Align is my favorite. Although I do love Classic, I go back to you and I'm like, but it's Classic.
Yeah, like it's called Classic for a reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Well, it was lovely talking with you today. I had a lot of fun talking about Pure Barre.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I will see you at the bar.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in. Our conversation may have been all over the place. covering everything from our least favorite positions to the unique benefits for someone living with a joint condition. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you'd like to share your own Pure Barre story, feel free to reach out to us through our socials in the description. Until then, I'll see you back at the bar.